So for the last few days, I have been watching the Netflix original French horror television series, Marianne. Now, this is something I've been trying to get to since it was released, but with all of the shit I've been covering, from the Rambo movies to the Devil's Rejects trilogy to the Creep shows and Tremors and all of it, I couldn't get to it, and I wanted to sit down and watch the whole thing. And after I finished like Slasher Sunday, Monster Monday, all that, I was like, all right, here we go. I get to watch this. Now, I don't like to get people's expectations up too high because I know how that can hurt stuff. But I also can't help but give my full-blown honest opinion, as always. This is genuinely the best thing horror that I've seen in 2019. I mean, this shit just blew me away. I thought it was fucking fantastic. I mean, just absolutely amazing. I loved every second of it. It really just worked for me on every level. Now, I will say the show is horror centric, absolutely. So don't have any wonder like, oh, is this actually horror? Is this more drama? No, it is like, first and foremost horror. Then, but there's a good amount of drama as well because this is a lot of character development. It's a television series. If you don't like character development and you don't watch television series, okay, if you're gonna stretch things out for 8 episodes, 8 hours, you're gonna have to have character development. So if you're one of those horror fans that's like, oh, fuck characters, this ain't gonna be for you. Nor is pretty much any horror television show, unless it's like anthology short stuff. Anyway. So this is about a young woman named Emma, who is a famous writer, a horror writer. You're going to see a lot of parallels to something like Stephen King, a horror author, returns home to this small little oceanside town and alcoholic, blah, blah, blah. So there are definitely King influences going on here. But she's at a book signing and someone comes back. It comes from her hometown to tell her that her novels are coming true. Now, her books, this is her final book tour. She's retiring from this series, and everyone's upset with her because she didn't properly end the series, and they think it's unfair, and this and that. And so this woman comes from her hometown to tell her that her books are actually real, that they're coming true, and that she needs to return home. Of course, she doesn't want to. She thinks it's bullshit. And then something happens that makes her feel like she should return home. I'm not going to say what that is because I don't want to bring any spoilers in here. But man, this show is so effective on everything it tries to land. It goes for horror, and man, there's so much horror in this show, and all of it works. It is so well done. The horror in this is so well crafted. It's incredible. The acting, the dramatic sequences, amazing. Now, I don't want this to seem like it's a super straightforward, realistic show. It's like realistic adjacent. Like, it mostly is based in reality. Of course, we're dealing with like witches and spirits and stuff. So, whether you believe in that or not, it's not really grounded in what we know is to be reality. But this show doesn't feel extremely realistic. It feels almost fantasy-like, because that's a big part of it. It's a little bit fantasy, it's a little bit drama, it's a lot bit horror. And so, she returns to this small town that she's from, and there's like no one there. But there is people there. It's just that it's very dreamlike. It's very isolated. It's an aesthetic choice for sure, because the budget, I can't blame the budget. Like, oh, they just didn't have the budget to put background actors or fill up the town or what. No, because this show looks incredible. The cinematography, the sound design, the effects, the everything is just top notch. This show looks gorgeous. And the acting is incredible. The characters are so great. I love Emma. I love everyone. I mean, there's legit no one that I didn't like. There's twists and turns and surprises, and there's some really dark shit in here, and the horror really, really lands. I mean, Netflix has put out a lot of really great series. a lot of great horror series, you know, from Stranger Things to The Haunting of Hill House to I also really enjoyed Black Summer. I know that one's kind of mixed. Kingdom, oh, the South Korean Kingdom, amazing. So it's hard to say what's like my favorite of the Netflix original horror series, but this is up there. I mean, this is like right on par with any of the with well, Black Summer would be below these, but like those three top ones that I just said, and maybe I'm forgetting a couple others, but man, they have put out some incredible television series and some really amazing horror stuff. And this just kind of came out of nowhere. I didn't know this was coming out. I didn't know anything about this, and it just fucking blew me away. So yeah, I mean, it's got elements of all sorts of things. I try not to get too like comparative because then people are like, "Oh, he said it's like this," and I didn't feel like it was that. I mean, I guess I could kind of see it, but then I kind of got this in my head that it was going to be like this, and it wasn't. So I don't know. I mean, I got elements of In the Mouth of Madness from the story. I got, visually some stuff from Insidious. I got, like, it's kind of got influences all over the place, but it's its own thing. And, Camille's the assistant that goes with her. Emma is a very conflicted character. She's someone who is to be taken kind of with a grain of salt. She's a bitch. She's a pretty shitty person. And so you follow her journey and you kind of learn more and more about her. It also kind of reminds me of It Chapter 2, where, someone returns home and they meet up with kids they grew up with who they haven't seen in a very long time, and then they decide to fight evil together. Man, it just landed for me on all cylinders. I thought this was just, I can't blow the thing enough. I just think it's fantastic. So I hope you guys check it out. Now, I will say this, and I think that this is true of a lot of stuff, but this one especially. If you're not feeling it, like after the first episode, I would tell you to just can it. Like, you're not gonna like it. That's just the style of it. It's a little different than you would think, and yeah. So let me know if you check it out, man. It's 100% worth your time. It's fantastic, and I can't recommend it enough. I hope people will push it. I hope people will promote it. I'm sure as hell going to. I'm going to push people to watch it. So this deserves way more recognition, and I will look forward to seeing if they do anything else in this world. If they push in a second season or something. I don't know. With how it leaves off, I'm not sure how I feel about that. So, but wow. Just wow. Amazing. Check it out.